Hey everybody, it's me, Benson. And downloadable content, or DLC, has been around for longer than you think. In the 90s, during the 16-bit era, the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis both had ways of providing DLC. The SNES had the Satellaview, and the Genesis had the Sega Channel. They would use a satellite to stream DLC live to the console. It was very ahead of its time, and was very impressive when it was made, and still is today. But it had one flaw. Because it was streamed live, the DLC that would stream to the console wouldn't save. If you turned off the console, the game would disappear, and you would have to hope that it was aired again. This is very bad for lost media, because there wasn't a way to save the game except for leaving the console on for 30 years. And a victim of this is Garfield Caught in the Act. Garfield Caught in the Act was a 2D platformer released in the 90s on basically every platform. The plot was that Garfield was sucked into John's TV and asked to go through many different channels to get out, so each level is themed around a different TV trope. It's a pretty basic platformer, but it is better than most licensed games of the era. And the cutscenes are in comic form, made by Jim Davis, the creator and maker of Garfield. The Genesis version came out first in 1995, featuring 6 levels. The Game Gear version came out a month later with 8 levels, and the PC version had the levels in a different order and had one level not seen in the other versions. Yeah, there wasn't much consistency between the versions. But originally, all the levels were going to be featured in the Genesis version. It was going to have many more levels, and the pre-existing ones were going to be longer. But they had to make the release date, so they released the game lacking in levels. But it's believed that the longer and new levels were finished later, and released through the Sega Channel. This is known by fans as Garfield the Lost Levels, and was a better version of the Genesis game, with longer and lots more levels. But there's a problem. With the SNES Satellaview, you can at least save the streamed game to the Satellaview cartridge, so lots of those games have been preserved. But there's no way to save games with the Sega Channel. Once a Sega Channel game stopped streaming, it's gone forever. And for Garfield Lost Levels, the Sega Channel was the only way to play it. Sure, aspects of it are in other versions, but the complete Garfield Caught in the Act game is lost. There wasn't even footage of these lost levels, but it is believed that 3 levels that were scrapped from the retail version were available on the Sega Channel. These levels are a snowy level called Bonehead the Barbarian, a Robin Hood level called Slobbin Hood, and it's rumored that the 3rd level was Alien or Space Scene. How do we know that these levels exist without footage of them? Because of this promotional Garfield Caught in the Act t-shirt, which has icons for each level, and we can see Slobbin Hood Garfield and Space Garfield. These levels might be the most lost thing I've talked about in this series, because we only know they exist because of some screenshots and some people saying they played them. It's very unlikely we'll ever see those levels in any form ever again, but maybe the developers still have backups of the game, and they drop the files online. Or maybe to coincide with the new Garfield animated movie, they remake the game and include remade version of the lost levels. But that will probably never happen. I guess Garfield the Lost Levels will remain as lost media. I'm Benson, and thank you for watching.